All right, so you might have been in a car show or something like that before, and somebody came up to you and said, hey, what's under the hood? Well, we're gonna show you. Let's pop the hood. Well, it's not an engine. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. So, race car, obviously no carpet, no sound deadening, none of that stuff. You don't gotta put luggage in here. Right up front, we have the center radiator air release. It goes through the hood. Right here, the front air jack system. The car has 3 air jacks. The front of a 911, of course, is very light because the engine's in the back. So there's 2 in the rear and 1 in the center here. An air wand is put into the side of the car. 400 PSI. Air pressure goes into those jacks and lifts it up. Around here, start getting a lot more detailed. A lot more going on right here. Shock tower, of course, is totally different. No McPherson strut, so no camber adjustment here. It's just solid mounted. All the camber's done with the AA arm front suspension. Very, very, very important right here. 2 master cylinders with the reservoirs. We have ABS system, which is right here, which is the Bosch ABS Motorsport system. Multiple adjustments. You can actually control the front axle and rear axle independently. A lot different than a road car. But what's critical with braking systems on a race car is good brake balance. So we have a bias knob in the cockpit, and the adjustment beam actually is right here. So we can actually work that knob, and that adjusts a bar that puts pressure on these master cylinders. And that bar can lean one way or lean the other to put more pressure on the front or more pressure on the rear. So we're constantly dialing that in. We have sensors here on each master cylinder, sensors on the ABS unit as well. We can look at data, and it tells us all the brake pressures that we're doing everywhere on the racetrack to the PSI. Very critical. Clutch fluid reservoir, a couple of little electronics, really important here. Electrical kill switch, so if there's an accident, we can pull the electrical kill switch. That will turn all the electricity off in the car, so fuel pumps, stuff like that if there's a fire. So if I'm still in the car, corner worker gets to the car, safety medical person gets to the car, there's a fire or there's fuel running out of it from the fuel pumps, they can pull these from outside the car with the hood down, and it will engage the fire system or cut all electric systems. Fuel cell right here, carbon fuel cell, easy to fill. We don't do pit stops, so there's no quick fill. Just open this up and like a motorcycle kind of, and put fuel in the car before every session and every race. Fuel lines and things like that all around here going to the engine. A fuel pump out valve right here. So after the session, we can pump all the fuel out of the car. We know exactly how much fuel was left in the tank, and we can control how much fuel we want to start on the next session. Power steering ECU, which controls how the power steering is feeling more or less. More load, it's going to need more. It senses that, and that's a lot different than the old days. A lot of new technology there. So also the roll bar from inside the chassis through the front firewall right here, integrated into the shock tower mount. So that's pretty much it. Pop the hood. No engine, but plenty of stuff going on under here. So if you like learning about the 992 GT3 Cup, hit subscribe and follow us on Instagram as well, 311RS Motorsport.